Well, welcome back to Life on Cars. Hope you're all well, and exciting day. I finally managed to get some tyres for the Rolls-Royce, you'll be pleased to know. And I got them from Northants Tyres. I'll put a link to them in the description of the video. And they managed to get me a set for an excellent price. So come on, let's get into this video and see what the car looks like with its brand new WHITEWALL tyres. Let's go! I'll tell you what, if you could have smelly vision, it smells like a tyre shop in here. Look what we've got. Some brand new rubber with the WHITEWALLs. Happy days. Right, let's start getting them fitted. Right then, there's the first two off. Shall we get these down to the tyre shop and get these horrible tractor tyres taken off? I'm doing some important research here on Life on Cars. We need to know, will two Rolls-Royce wheels and tyres fit into the boot of a Toyota CHR with enough room for the new tyres to go in as well? Let's find out. So there you go, the answer's yes. If you've ever wondered if you can fit two Rolls-Royce Silver Spirit wheels and tyres into the boot of a Toyota CHR along with two new tyres, the answer's yes. Very important research here. Yeah, alright Anna. Surprised how good the alloys are on the inside.
I was thinking that with them last ones. I mean, there might be a little bit. Yeah, it's only surface. I was just going to say when I looked at that there. Was it 36 we put in these last time?
That was the backs, yeah. We'll go for 30 in these.
30?
Yeah. On a serious note, Mrs. Life on Cars is getting a bit upset with the smell of tyres in the house, because I've got lots of tyres in the house. I've got 4 tyres, well I've got 6 tyres in here now, because I've got the old Yokohama Geolanders back that I'm going to try and sell online. So I mean, I like the smell of tyres, but our patience is getting a bit thin, so I better hurry up and get this job done. Does anybody want to buy a set of Yokohama Geolander tyres? 4 I'll have in total. They're like brand new. Right, let's see where we're up to then. So I've got one on the bench here. We've got our nice new white wall fitted. I'll tell you what, we had a bit of a challenge with these down in the tyre shop, because the procedure that you might have seen on a previous video, I'll put a link in the description where I was talking about the beauty rings and things before. The procedure with these is to mount the tyre, then without the tyre being inflated, use a tyre machine to press the sidewall of the tyre away and then mount these with your fingers. But they are still very, very tight to try and press on without using any tool. So in the end we did have to gently tap these on with a wheel weight hammer. But if you're careful, they go on, and then they still don't seem very tight. But once the tyre's inflated, they're locked on now. They're absolutely solid, these clips. So yeah, we just line them up to the bolt holes so we've got them evenly spaced, and we'll see how the beauty ring goes on in a minute. These are the part numbers, look, if you need any new ones. So this is the trim clip UR72485X, and then you will also need the retainer trim outer UR71845, and obviously if you're changing them all you'll need 20 of each, 5 per wheel. What I'm going to do first is I'm going to give this a clean with some soap and water, because that's just like a blue protective coating on the white wall. So I'll get that washed off. I'm keen to see how good the white wall looks against the wheel, and then I'm going to do a bit of prep on the wheel. So what I want to do is just do a bit of a final clean and polish, put some wax on inside and out, and then I'll fit the outer trim ring, and then I'll fit the bracket and the assembly ready for the chrome hubcap to go back on as well. So let's get going. Lots of firsts going on life on cars. Do you know what? I've never owned a set of white walls before, and just a bit of soap. You're not supposed to use any chemicals on these. You're not supposed to use any tyre black either, because it can stain the white wall. So hopefully this blue will clean off. Yeah, it is coming off. Oh, this is going to be very satisfying, isn't it? To finally get the right tyres on this car. Never been this excited about a set of tyres before. I've come close, but not this excited. I think the most excited I've ever been on a set of wheels which came close to this was when I was in my 20s. I had a BMW 320 E36, and I saved up to get the genuine M3 wheels for it, dished. They were staggered and dished, and they looked incredible. I was so excited to get them fitted to my car, and they were a beautiful wheel set. If I can find a picture, I'll put it in the video. Right, let's just wipe that off. Might have gone a bit overboard with the soap. Right, they look marvellous. They're not in too bad condition, these wheels. They're They're not perfect, but I don't think they're bad enough for a refurb, if that makes sense. Because the only bit of the wheel you end up seeing is the slotted bit here, which is okay. So and when we took the tyres off in the tyre shop, the inside of the wheels as well were surprisingly corrosion free, which you don't normally see on alloys that are getting on a bit. They can suffer from corrosion on the inside, but the tyre fitter was amazed when he took them off because there was no rust at all, no alloy corrosion on the inside. There we go then. Doesn't that look so much better than them horrible tractor tyres? And we haven't even got the trim rings on yet. So yeah, fantastic. Right, I know they're not Avons. I know someone's going to comment and say, oh, you should have put the original Avons on. Well, try finding some. They're not available at the moment, the original Avons. But I have read some really good reviews on these tyres, these WHITEWALL. And the other good sign is when the tyre fitter balanced these, they didn't need a lot of weight. In fact, one of these back wheels didn't need any weight at all. So that tells me that the tyres have been manufactured quite well. There's not any, if you like, heavy spots or in the tyre. But it also probably means that the wheels are really good quality as well. These Speedline alloys that you get with the Silver Spirit. Remarkable really to think that one of these didn't need any balance weights. One of them did though, but not a huge amount, if that makes sense. But anyway, we'll see what they're like. Where did I get the tyres from? The tyres came from Northants Tyres, which I mentioned at the start of the video. They were really competitive with the price. Nobody could beat them. So I'll put a link to the tyre supplier in the video, and you can check it out for yourself if you're looking for 235 7015s for Spirits and Shadows. I think use the same tyre size. So yeah, super duper. Right, what's next? Right, all I've been doing, I've just done a final polish with some super resin. I'm not sponsored by Autoglym. And I've just put a layer of Maguire's wax. I'm not sponsored by Maguire's. It'll just help to keep the brake dust at bay a little bit. And give the wheel a bit of a shine as well. So we'll get that polished off. And then I'll do the same to the other wheel. And then we'll have a look at fitting the trim rings. Right, I think we're ready for a couple of beauty rings now. And yeah, so that's the inside and out polished and waxed for one final time. And I have actually already done a video on how the beauty rings fit, so I'll put a description in the video, but there is one other thing I'm going to do. You see that slot there where the beauty ring fits in the clip? I'm going to fill that slot up with silicone sealer, clear silicone sealer, and I might just put a little blob of silicone sealer on the top of the clip, because I have read online that these beauty rings, even if you've got brand new clips, they can become detached, or if you catch one, it could come flying off. So if I use a little bit of silicone sealer on each clip, then I'll lock the beauty ring on, and then when that silicone sealer goes off, it'll just be an extra layer of security, won't it, to hold the beauty ring on. So that's what I'm going to do. A little smear of silicone sealer, clear silicone into that slot there where my nail is now, and Do that on all 5, and then offer the beauty ring on. Right, let's see if this beauty ring will go on. Well, I didn't really know what to expect there. I thought it might be harder to clip on, because obviously I've never done that before. I've never had all the clips in place and the trim rings and everything ready to go. So, but already with just the outer trim rings on, they look $1 million. Come on, let me show you. What do you think, guys? Don't they look like completely different wheels? Wow. So I'm going to let that sealant go off now overnight, and then I will fit the framework that goes in the middle of the wheel, and then we will test fit a hubcap and see what they're going to look like on the car. But I am absolutely over the moon with how this is looking so far. Wonderful. Wonderful. Well, this thing has gone on really nice and secure. So I think using a bit of silicon's been a good job. Right, need to fit these framework pieces back on now, because this is the bit that you lock the hubcap on with. So get that back bolted back on to both wheels. There we are, look, just held on by little bolts, just nipped up. So let's see. Oh, I'm dying to put one of these hubcaps on. We're going to have a look, aren't we? See what it looks like. So if you remember when we looked at these before, the hubcap has to go on first. You use the key to lock it on. And then you use this key to wind that one down. When it's locked on, and then we put the cap on. Wow. Just wow. I'll give you a quick look before I put these back ones back on the car. Unbelievable, unbelievable transformation. I can't wait to see all 4 of these on the car. Let's go. Opposite thread on the knee side on these, if you didn't know. Bit like what they do on heavy vehicles. Finally getting rid of these old tractor tyres.
Starting to take shape.
Back to the tyre shop. I'm on the home stretch now with this one, guys. Just got to torque down these framework bolts, and then I'm going to let that sealant go off again on these front 2 for a few hours, and then we'll get these back on the car. So yeah, very, very satisfying. It's only 3 Newton meters for these. They're only a tiny little bolt. Right, I'm going to get the car back on the ground and get a torque wrench out. So I've got the car back on the ground, and the torque setting for those brass style wheel nuts isn't very tight, so you need to be careful you don't overdo it. It's between 61 to 68 Newton meters. So I've got this set to 68 Newton meters, and I'm going to tighten these wheel nuts up. Well guys, it's done, and I can't wait to show you the outcome. Come on, let's go. Well, there we go then. Unbelievable transformation, isn't it? I'm literally, I'm blown away by how this car's coming together now. It looks absolutely unbelievable, doesn't it? We're nearly there, guys. We're nearly there, aren't we? She's looking fantastic. And I mean, it looks a completely different car. I'm lost for words, really. I'm lost for words how this car is starting to look. And if you look carefully, just when I did that walk around there, did you notice I put the back bumper on for you as well, just to finish off the shots, and she looks absolutely amazing. So listen, I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, please give me a like and subscribe. And you know I like reading your comments as well, so send me some comments and tell me what you think. And we'll be back soon with the next installment on Life on Cars. So take care, drive carefully, look after each other, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye now. Bye bye.